In Accra, Ghana, a bustling metropolis on the West African coast, lies a place that challenges our understanding of progress and responsibility. Agbogbloshie stands as a stark paradox, a place where the promise of technology meets the harsh reality of its afterlife. It's a graveyard for the world's discarded technology, a sprawling testament to our ever-growing consumption habits. Here, the digital dreams of the developed world come to die, often after just a few short years of use. Their sleek forms, once symbols of innovation and connectivity, are reduced to toxic debris, a jumbled mess of wires, plastic, and precious metals. This is no ordinary landfill, it's something far more complex and disturbing. It's a sprawling, active graveyard, a landscape constantly reshaped by the arrival of new shipments of electronic waste. It's saturated with the remnants of our throwaway culture, a stark reminder of the sheer volume of electronics we consume and discard. Once a vibrant wetland, a thriving ecosystem teeming with life, Agbogbloshie is now a desolate landscape, scarred by fire and choked by pollution. The air is thick with chemical haze, a cocktail of toxins released from burning plastics and metals. The ground is a chaotic mosaic of shattered plastic and scorched earth, a visual representation of environmental degradation. It's a testament to the dark side of progress, a place where technological advancement has come at a devastating environmental cost. Agbogbloshie is not just about waste, it's a human story. It's about people, global inequality, the vulnerable communities who bear the brunt of our consumption. It's about the hidden environmental cost of our interconnected world, the consequences of our actions rippling across borders. The name has become synonymous with the global e-waste crisis, a stark reminder of the challenges we face in managing our technological footprint. It's a symbol of a system gone wrong, a broken cycle of production, consumption, and disposal. Here, electronics reach a brutal, hazardous end, often releasing harmful toxins into the environment. Their journey from Western stores to Ghanaian slums is marked by legal loopholes and economic desperation, a complex web of factors that perpetuate the crisis. Understanding Agbogbloshie, delving into its history and its present reality, forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth about our relationship with technology. Our old devices don't just disappear, they have a destination, a fate. It's a mirror reflecting our consumption, our insatiable appetite for the latest gadgets. It reflects our obsession with the next new thing, the constant cycle of upgrades and replacements. Young men and boys, often driven by poverty and lack of opportunity, dismantle complex devices with rudimentary tools, risking their health and well-being in the process. They are searching for fragments of value amid a mountain of poison, hoping to extract enough precious metals to earn a meager living. Their struggle for survival is directly linked, inextricably tied, to our desire for constant technological upgrades, our relentless pursuit of the newest and best. The pace of production has outstripped our capacity for responsible disposal, creating a growing mountain of electronic waste. Agbogbloshie reveals the dark underbelly of innovation, the unintended consequences of our technological advancements. It's a place where the elements, earth, air, and water, the very foundations of life, have been profoundly altered, irrevocably damaged by the relentless influx of toxic waste. The sight of workers amid toxic waste, breathing in poisonous fumes, is a sobering reminder of the global cost of our digital lives, the human price we pay for our technological conveniences. This is the end of the line for our electronics, the final destination for countless devices. A brutal reality hidden from view, a truth we often choose to ignore. The story of Agbogbloshie is a warning, a call to action. Our progress comes with a price, and it's a price we can no longer afford to ignore. The sheer scale of e-waste arriving in Agbogbloshie is difficult to comprehend, a visual representation of our global consumption habits. It's a truly staggering amount. Ghana imports hundreds of thousands of tons of used electronics each year, and a significant portion of it, unfortunately, is non-functional upon arrival. These are devices that have reached the end of their useful life. Containers arrive at the port, often mislabeled as donations, a deceptive practice, circumventing international laws and regulations such as the Basel Convention, designed to control the transboundary movements of hazardous wastes. The flow of e-waste is relentless, a constant stream, an unending deluge of the world's electronic cast-offs, unwanted and discarded. Globally, the statistics are alarming. Over 50 million tons of e-waste are generated annually, and worryingly, the number is steadily rising year after year. While some of this waste is processed responsibly in developed nations, utilizing advanced recycling technologies, a huge volume, a disproportionate amount, is exported to the global south, often without proper oversight. Agbogbloshie is the final stop, the end of the line, for items that can't be resold, repurposed or repaired, deemed beyond recovery. Mountains of discarded monitors, obsolete and broken, printers and televisions reshape the landscape, altering the very terrain. The original ground is buried beneath layers of digital history, a testament to our rapidly evolving technology, leaching toxins, heavy metals and other hazardous substances into the soil, contaminating the earth. Workers navigate narrow paths between towering walls of junk, mountains of discarded electronics, processing the incoming tide, dismantling devices to salvage valuable materials and make space for more waste. This creates a perpetual cycle, a self-sustaining system of waste, of dismantling and burning, releasing harmful pollutants into the environment. The environmental damage spreads far beyond the immediate site, polluting the lagoon, contaminating the water sources, the air, filling it with toxic smoke, and directly impacting the health of the local community, leading to respiratory problems and other ailments. Agbogbloshie remains a place of constant hazardous activity, a stark reminder of the consequences of our consumption habits, a wound on the planet that grows deeper and more infected with each passing year. The unending tide of e-waste, this relentless flow of discarded electronics, ensures the crisis is far from over, demanding urgent and comprehensive solutions. E-waste is a catch-all term for discarded electronics, a broad category encompassing a wide range of devices that have reached the end of their useful life. TVs, computers, phones, and household appliances, from microwaves to toasters. In Agbogbloshie, you'll find everything, a testament to our global consumption habits. From old cathode ray tube monitors, relics of a bygone era, to tangled nests of chargers and cables, a chaotic web of discarded connections. These devices contain valuable metals like copper and gold, sought after for their conductivity and worth, but also hazardous substances, a dangerous cocktail of elements, lead, mercury, cadmium, and toxic plastics, all posing a threat to human health and the environment. When smashed and burned, often in open-air fires, these toxins are released into the environment, creating plumes of acrid smoke, poisoning air, soil, and water, contaminating the very elements essential for life. A single monitor can contain several kilograms of lead, a dangerous amount that can leach into the ground. A phone, dozens of toxic elements, each with its own potential for harm. The variety of products means a variety of hazards, a complex mixture of dangerous materials, mercury in screens, cadmium in batteries, flame retardants in plastics. Each piece of waste tells a story, a tale of technological advancement and environmental neglect, once useful, now a source of poison. The ghosts of our electronics do not rest quietly. Their presence lingers long after they've been discarded. They actively poison the present. Agbogbloshie is a repository of latent chemical threats, a ticking time bomb of environmental hazards, a daily reminder of the hidden costs of our digital age. The legacy of e-waste is a toxic inheritance for generations to come. E-waste processing in Agbogbloshie is raw, manual, and dangerous. Thousands, many young men and children work by hand with no protective gear. Their goal: extract valuable metals like copper and aluminium from the junk. Devices are smashed open with stones and hammers. Wires are burned to strip away insulation. Thick, acrid smoke billows across the landscape, releasing carcinogens into the air. Workers sift through charred remains, separating metals with bare hands. The returns are meager. A day's labor yields only a few dollars. It's a desperate trade-off: immediate income at the cost of long-term health. The process is repeated endlessly with no oversight or safety regulation. The entire landscape is a hive of hazardous activity. The toxic harvest provides a livelihood, but at an unimaginable cost to people and environment. Survival here means sacrificing health for scraps of value. Agbogbloshie's soil is a toxic repository, saturated with heavy metals from years of burning and dismantling electronics. Contaminants like lead, cadmium, and mercury have reached levels thousands of times above safety limits. Toxic dust is carried by wind and rain, polluting water sources and the nearby Korla Lagoon. The lagoon, once a source of fish, is now biologically dead in many parts. Air quality is dire. Constant burning releases dioxins, furans, and heavy metals into the atmosphere. These pollutants travel far, affecting not just workers but the entire city. The natural ecosystem has been overwhelmed, replaced by a hazardous synthetic wasteland. The damage is not easily reversed. toxins will linger for centuries. Agbogbloshie is a stark example of how global waste inflicts deep, lasting wounds on the earth. The scars here are a warning to the world. For thousands living and working in Agbogbloshie, survival means enduring extreme hardship. Most are migrants from poorer regions, building makeshift homes on the dump's fringes. Working conditions are brutal. Long hours, dangerous tasks, constant exposure to hazards. Cuts, infections, and burns are common. Clean water and sanitation are scarce. Food is cooked and sold amid toxic dust and smoke. Despite the grim reality, a complex community has formed, with social networks and informal hierarchies. Children help sort materials or play among hazardous waste, their health at constant risk. The people here are resourceful and resilient, making rational choices in an irrational system. Their lives are a powerful testament to the human cost of our global e-waste problem. The health risks in Agbogbloshie are severe and pervasive. Physical injuries, cuts, burns, infections are daily realities. More insidious are the chronic effects. Lead, cadmium, and mercury poisoning cause neurological damage, cancer, and organ failure. Toxins enter the body through inhalation, ingestion, and skin contact. Burning cables releases dioxins and furans, leading to respiratory illnesses and hormonal disruption. Children are especially vulnerable, suffering developmental problems and birth defects. Toxins accumulate in the food chain, affecting the entire community. The invisible threat of chemical poisoning casts a long shadow over Agbogbloshie. The journey of e-waste to Agbogbloshie begins in homes and offices across the developed world. Instead of being safely recycled, much of it is exported to cut costs, often mislabeled to bypass regulations. Some imported electronics are repaired and resold, but most are junk, destined for the scrapyard. Economic incentives drive this toxic trade at every level, from exporters to importers to local workers. The environmental and health costs are pushed onto communities with no power to refuse them. Consumers rarely know where their old devices end up. Corporations and regulators often evade responsibility. Agbogbloshie is not just Ghana's problem. It's a global failure of accountability. The toxic chain is fueled by our demand for new technology and our disregard for its afterlife. We are all part of this system. Agbogbloshie's story is one of human cost, paid by workers, children, and entire communities. The mountains of waste are a monument to our collective failure to manage technology responsibly. Urgent action is needed. Enforce international laws, hold corporations accountable, and demand safer product design. Extended producer responsibility would force companies to fund safe collection and recycling. Consumers must reject disposability, repair devices, and support ethical recycling. Our choices, multiplied by millions, can reshape the industry and reduce toxic trade. The responsibility doesn't end when we discard a device. The crisis in Agbogbloshie is a moral and environmental imperative. Local initiatives help, but global cooperation is essential. We have the ingenuity to create technology. Now we must solve the problems it leaves behind. The health of our planet and the lives of those in places like Agbogbloshie depend on it. We cannot look away. The time for change is now.